Hi, Happy New Year. I know I'm a day late, but you know, better late than never, isn't it? Oh, I think I need to adjust my camera up a little bit. Oh, yeah. Um, well, yesterday the family were in all day, so I really couldn't do anything. I get a bit what's it about, filming when the family are. So today we all went shopping for food, and then I went up to see the house that I haven't actually seen inside it before. It's very progressing. There's still a lot to do, but it is progressing, and I can see like the light at the end of the tunnel. They have said they will be out by the end of January, but I think probably more like February. Anyway, what have I been up to? I'm still plodding on with my crochet. They always show you the back, don't I? I've done the back, which I've shown you before. I've done both of the fronts. It's a V-neck. Both of the fronts I've done. And I've now started the sleeves. So there's hope for it. Hope for it. Anyway, when we were out, I had everybody looking for the crochet magazines, but we went to a different store than what I usually go to. And the only one I could find was Crochet Now, yeah? I hope you can see if I'm showing you. It came with a little booklet inside it. Free, but you're probably paying for it anyway, but... And it's, I think it's mostly, yes, it's the West Yorkshire Spinners that have done this booklet. And it's called the Crochet Winter Warmers, and it came inside the Crochet Now, which is issue 10, yeah? It's got inside here the Kingfisher hat and cowl set. I haven't exactly read it yet. It looks like it's knitted around the edge, but it probably isn't. It's probably crocheted sideways, the band. I think they would say, no, they would say knitting needles, wouldn't they? They don't, they just say a hook. And then there's the cherry jar cabled poncho. It's nice because it's not too holy, not too open work. Ponchos are nice for decoration if they're open work, but they're not very warm, are they, if it's a bit cold like it is today. I've just put the heating on actually because it's freezing. This is the Sweet Shop polka blanket. It's done in 4-ply, which is like your fingering. So that would be a lot of work. This one's called The Morning Song. I mean, I love it, but I know that my great niece wouldn't actually sort of wear it, yeah. It does go up to her size, actually. It goes up to 36 months, yeah, so it goes past her size, yeah, so. But I don't think, she wouldn't mind the style, but I don't think she'd like the colour work. And it's also got a body. Now, I know I don't like amigurumis, but I do love that sheep. Sheep's gorgeous. I know quite a few people who'd love to make the sheep. He's done in double knitting, or she. It's a she. Doesn't say. Oh yes, it does. Heather, the lucky sheep. So it's a girl. Yeah. This one is Brian here, the triangular wrap. Again, it's done in double knitting. I like shawls with colours around the edge. Looks nice, doesn't it? And this one I imagine would be nice and cosy over the top of something. It's called the June Shawl Necked Cardigan. June as in sand dune, not as in, June, whatever you want to call it, yeah. The month of June, I meant to say. And I think that's about it, really, because now there's Crochet Essentials. But as I say, that's a little free book that comes with the book. And it does advertise here that until the end of January you can get 2 free balls of some yarn, but you have to pay for postage, which is $4.99. And you know, 250 grams wouldn't actually make you much, would it really? Just trying to say where it says it here. No doubt I will come to it when I get around to the page. Anyway, here we go. Those are Serdar new patterns for babies. I don't think they're all crochet, I think they're knit and crochet. Oh no, I think they are crochet, yeah. Those are all new patterns for Serdar. Obviously they're not in the book because they're to buy, aren't they? Let me see what else there is. Oh, that's showing what's in. Look at what's new. That's West Yorkshire Spinners, a thing called fleece. It's 100% Wensleydale fleece in 20 striking shades. They're 100 gram hanks, but it doesn't actually say how much it is. No. That says save the date, so if you're in Scotland, it's the Edinburgh Yarn Festival on the 11th of March. Oh, 10th to the 11th of March. It's a bit of a long way for me to go, yeah. That's introducing different yarns that are available. And that's, you know, the batik yarn that I use for my nieces. That's a pattern that's actually using the batik yarn. Again, it's a pattern that you have to buy. That looks quite pretty. I think it's actually called Scages, is it called? I used to always call it Sheep Cheeks, but it's not. I think it's pronounced Scages. That's got mohair, wool and acrylic blend. Well, I looked on Ice Yarns today. I was quite tempted, but I thought no. They've got yarn that looks like the Karen cakes, but it's actually very fine. It's you know, the recommended crochet hook is a 3mm, and it's either £5 or £6 a ball, and you get 2 in a pack. But I thought, no, walk away, you've got enough yarn. Very tempted I was, though, very tempted. Very nice shades, just like the, you know, the Karen cakes. And that's talking about a shop called Stitch Solihull. And that again is another advert for the Wensleydale fleece. I hope you can see. I'm never quite sure I'm tipping it forward if you can't see it. Let's have a look what we've got. Oh, there's a sweet tooth cushions. I don't know whether they're meant to look like sweeties or what, but we'll see. Tutti Frutti cushion one's called, and the other one's called a rhubarb and custard cushion. There it is. 2 free balls of yarn. It's only for the UK, unfortunately. You can send for 2 free balls of yarn, but you have to pay £4.99 for the postage. And it's, I think they're 50 gram balls. Yeah, I won't be bothering doing it because I don't really make things with just 2 balls, so I think you would more or less feel feel obliged to buy something more than the 2 balls, you know. That's called the Pinwheel Flowers Throw. That one's called Le Pastille Scarf. It's a unique stitch, pill-shaped stitch pattern, makes a clever slanted design, and don't forget the fun pom-pom edging. Oh yes, it does have fun pom-pom edging. And this is an article about a lady called Twinkle Chan. You may have heard about her. She has some sort of far out designs. That's by Twinkle Chan. That's the gumball. Oh, sorry about that. Somebody decided to kick the camera. One of the sleepers down below me. That's the Gumball doorstop, yeah, by Twinkle Chow. I'm more for making things to wear, actually. There's lemon tart cupcake dolls. Oh, you can transform the doll into a cupcake. If you tip it the other way up, it just comes into a cupcake. And also you can win the full range of Maxi Bonbon yarn from Sheep Jeeps or Shagers, whatever they call it. You just have to go to the website with a chance to win. This is the ice cream swirl hat. It's just a couple of things up. It's just a spirally hat. There's an awful lot of adverts in this. And that's called the Betty shorts. It's fibre space scrumptious lace it's done in. About the yarn, it's 1,000 metres for 100 grams, 55% merino wool, 45% silk, but again it doesn't say the price, and I would imagine it's rather expensive. To me anyway, maybe not to everybody else. And that's making a playhouse. It's like the gingerbread house at the minute, but they're saying you don't have to make it into a gingerbread house. You can do it in different colours. When you open it up, it just has like a little playhouse. I know my great niece wouldn't enjoy that at all. There's just adverts for toys and books and things, but they're not in the magazine, they're just adverts. And then there's a mystery crochet blanket long. It'll probably be going on for a few weeks. I like to see what I'm making. I don't like doing anything like that. And then this is yummy cookies. Cookie jar and biscuits. Again, not my thing. And they're saying coming soon now is a magazine called Knit Now. That's the honeycomb blanket. Reminds me a bit of that shawl, is it called the bee shawl or something that everybody's making? It's got little bee patterns and honeycombs and different things. There's some more clothes for the Daisy May. The doll was in the book many moons ago. I think you can still find the pattern if you go onto a website and look for it. I started making clothes for the doll that I'd made for my great niece, but my other niece said I don't think she's up to that yet. So I might carry on and make a few clothes and then give her to her next year, maybe when she's more into it. But by then the doll will probably have fallen apart. This is just doing a review of the book club. I've already got this book, I think I did a review on it. The sweater book. And then this next one is called the Bettina sweater. It's good basic, isn't it, to wear. Oh, I'm not very good in the winter with a short sleeve. And that's called the Candy Heart blanket. It's done in double knitting. It's actually done in cotton double knitting. And then there seems to be in most things it's called a Toft crochet talk. You know. And we've got Sweetheart cushions. They're into. And these is just fingerless gloves. Bit open work really. That's called Saltwater Taffy. It's a large cowl that's done in Knit Picks Chrome, whatever that is. 4mm, so it could either be... Oh, it's 4, I beg your pardon, it does say at the top. That's your fingering weight if you're in the US. And then there's a baby sweater pattern called Sweet as Honey. Again in the shades of honey. It says it's in double knitted and it's beginner friendly. It's in Madeline Tosh. I don't quite think I would use Madeline Tosh for a baby or a little one when it's in the tub all the time, you know. I'm not sure many mums would want to hand wash baby sweaters when they've got all sorts of spillage down the front of them. And then that's Valentine's Hearts done in crochet. And an advert for knitted cable jackets. And the back is Derrimor's for a change. Oops. Advertising the fact that they've got this oh, it doesn't say. It just says come and visit our website. But it's the Batik anyway, the Batika Batik, whatever it's called, that they're done in. Anyway, that's where I'm up to at the moment. I'm sort of getting kind of excited, you know, about the fact that the end's in sight, you know, with them. It's not so much them moving out, because I'm going to miss them when they do move out, but it's the fact that I can actually get my craft room started. I can actually start doing the measurements, you know, for the right size that I want for the shelving. I want one side done with bookcase, you know, so I can put my patterns and my pattern books. And then the other two sides of the room, because one side's a window, so I can't put shelving there. And the other two sides I want into cubes. Under the window will be where I want to put my knitting machines. And somewhere in all this I'll need to get a couple of chairs, and I need like a sort of a kitchen table so that I can leave my sewing machine up. Instead of having to, I'm not allowed really to lift it because it's heavy. So it could be there then and ready to be used at any moment in time. Not that I'm sort of going to do sewing, I think I mentioned that before. Sewing for clothes for me, I can actually buy them second hand and cheaper on eBay. This was actually new from eBay, but it's kind of one of the cheaper ends of the market. The beads, I think they came from eBay, I'm not too sure. And the velvet pants I've got on today, they came from eBay. I do love my velvet. I'm just absolutely stuck on everything in velvet. I don't know why, I've just got this thing about velvet at the minute. I don't know whether you go through phases with what you want to wear. But, oh, the dogs are so sweet. Let me show you them. Can you see them? They're laid back to back. So I really can't get far enough away if we were to show them to you. There they are. They're laying back to back, isn't that sweet? Yes. Oh, we had a kerfuffle on New Year's Eve with them. I can understand why people want to light fireworks and things, you know, at midnight to let the new year in. I can understand it. I used to do it myself. But around here they continued until about 2:30, something like that, in the morning. And the dogs, oh, they were just going spare. I mean, Sky wanted to go out and catch them all. She just gets overexcitable. And Poppy was scared to death, absolutely scared to death. And she wanted to be a lap dog, but you can see she's a little bit large to be a lap dog. Anyway, I hope you've all had a wonderful New Year's. I noticed people who are making the videos about their goals for 2017. I don't really have any apart from, you know, the craft room and organising the craft room. I can say I'm not going to buy yarn until whatever date, but yeah, I always break it anyway. So I don't think I want to set myself up for failure this year. Oh, one of them's got their feet on the camera again, so we could go anywhere any minute now. She decides to stretch her foot out, then we're all in trouble. Yeah, actual goals, I really don't have any. Except to try and keep, you know, the house tidier when I get everything, you know, organised. Just sort out my clothes, I've got too many. Sort out clothes and, you know, donate some to the homeless or to the charity shops, whichever way. I prefer to donate to the Women's Refuge Centre, but I don't really have a link to it anymore. You know, I used to have someone who would take them for me, but she's gone to live in Australia, how dare she? So now, you know, I've lost the link to it. I'm sure somebody else will volunteer to take them for me if I have enough. Anyway, I've not really got a lot to say. I'm still hoping that Sue will arrive this week sometime. We wished each other Happy New Year, of course, but we haven't seen each other. She could go up to Scotland, couldn't she, and see that Edinburgh yarn shop. Oh, I could tell Hayley from Hayley's Hats. She could go, maybe. I don't know anybody else who lives in Scotland who crochets and knits. There must be. My YouTube friends out there, there must be someone else besides Hayley who lives in Scotland and who crochets or knits. So, yeah, hoping that 2017 will be a good year. 2016 wasn't that terrible for me. It was 2015, the end of that was the worst bit. But I know a lot of my friends on YouTube have been going through some dreadful times in 2016. And of course we've lost so many people, you know. So many stars and people have been dying off. I mean, the last one was the chaplain, you know, from MASH. I used to love watching MASH. Still do, actually. The repeats are still on the TV at some stages, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go. My family will be back soon. They've gone looking at sofas, I think I told you that before. And then my daughter-in-law announced in the supermarket that she's making spaghetti bolognese for our tea. So I didn't, when I went, I was going to buy dinners and things for myself, but she's organised the next 3 days what we're eating together. So I didn't really buy an awful lot food-wise. Although I did buy a pizza because one day they're having something that I'm not bothered about. So I did buy myself a pizza. Although I was quite disappointed to find that they didn't make the seafood pizzas anymore. I used to love those. They didn't have any ready-made ones, and they didn't have any that you could get made up. There was a list of all the toppings that you could get, and none of them mentioned seafood. Very sad. I used to enjoy that. I think there was tuna, and there was prawns or whatever, you might call them shrimp. I didn't like the anchovies, I didn't want those on, they're too salty for me. But there used to be all sorts of things on. There was, you know, bits of kind of seafood of all different descriptions. And I used to really enjoy them. They used to make them because I used to work a long time ago at Asda. But you see, Asda, it's like Walmart, but smaller. Asda here has a thing that if they don't sell X number of things, you know, if they're not the most popular, then they stop doing them. I mean, pepperoni must be the most favourite pizza of everything, because everywhere you go it's pepperoni pizza, pepperoni pizza. I don't like pepperoni. My son says I'm weird because I don't like anything spicy really at all, and yet I will eat jerk chicken. But to me, jerk chicken is a different type of spice. It's like West Indian. It's not the heat I don't like with food, it's some of the spices that they have, you know, in food that I don't like. Anyway, it's 5 o'clock in the evening now. That's why I've got the light on, because it's so dark and dreary. It's been raining, it's wet, and the deck's so slippy with ice that the dogs are going like for a skate when you let them out for a wee. They're like zip, 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 all over the place. Still not got Gigi back. I would imagine I probably won't get him back until... Maybe I'll get him later this week, I don't really know. I haven't been sent any messages yet. It depends when they go back to work, doesn't it? I mean, maybe they've taken a few odd days and they're linking them together like my ex-husband used to do, and he didn't used to go back until, sort of like the second week in the new year. He used to lump all his holidays together and then he would be off Christmas all into the new year. And then he didn't go back until about 5th or the 6th of January. So maybe they're doing that, I don't know. I'm sure they'll let me know. Yes. Anyway, thanks everybody for your comments on my YouTube. I am slowly going through them all. As you know, I had a few days off over Christmas where I just wasn't feeling myself. There's been a lot of that norovirus knocking about, and I won't say I've had it because I don't think I have, but I've just had a bit of an upset tummy. So I've just not been in the mood for sitting there typing on the computer, when every now and again I have to go, ooh, run to the smallest room. I'm sure that's something you didn't want to know, especially if you're eating your dinner while you're watching this. Anyway, we'll get round to replying to you. And thanks, Francis. You sound... Will you tell me whether it's Sipple or Sipple? Thank you very much for the lovely message you and your husband sent to me. I haven't answered it as yet, but I will do. But I still don't know how you pronounce your last name. I do feel such a twit sometimes when I see the people's names and they can be a different one in origin, obviously they've got the genetics or whatever you call it comes from somewhere else, not England. And I never know how to pronounce your names, and I go, and you don't want to insult people, do you, by calling them the wrong name? But I'm sure you'll forgive me. It's New Year after all. Anyway, if Sue does come, I'll get her to see whether she's made any resolutions for 2017. Because really I haven't. I always break them. I always vow to lose weight. Never happens. I vow not to buy any yarn for X number of months, and that never happens. I vow to eat more healthily and cook more, and that never happens. So really, maybe I should just stick to aims and goals, because that might happen. So my aims and my goals are to get the craft room sorted out, to organise all the yarn I've got, and make inroads into using more of it. I'm not saying I'll use a lot of it before I buy more yarn, but when I can see what I've got, it'll stop me duplicating things. If I want black or red or white yarn, I'm thinking I'll have to buy some. And then when I start looking, I've got like 3 different lots of 2 balls of red, And I'm like, what did you buy a ball of red for? You've got all of this red wool. So I'll know what I've got, won't I? And I'll be there doing my little cakes of yarn, so I can put them on the shelf so I can see them better. When they're half balls and part balls, I don't mean when they're full. I'll leave the full ones as they are. But when they're part balls, instead of being all floppy with coming out the label and everything falling to bits, oh, excuse me, I'm going to wind them up. Right, I really am going now before the family comes back and wonders what I'm doing. They came in the other day and I had some beads on and whatnot. I was dressed, not dressed up, but I was dressed a bit. And I actually put some makeup on. And my son says, have you been out? And then he went, oh no, you've been making a video, haven't you? And actually I hadn't. I'd meant to make one, but I hadn't got around to it. Oh, anyway, this time I really am going. Thanks for all you people who watch me, all my friends in YouTube land, all the people who live in my camera and live in my PC and live in my YouTube. So thank you all once again. Thanks for watching me and Happy New Year. Bye now.